The city was almost asleep. Neon lights flickered in puddles and rain whispered softly against the dark glass of a sleek black limousine gliding down an empty boulevard. Inside sat Ethan Grant, 36, a man known for owning half the skyline and for smiling at none of it. He leaned his head against the window, watching raindrops race each other down the glass. His phone buzzed again, another message from his assistant. "Great speech tonight, sir. Investors are impressed." He didn't reply. The gala was over, the applause had faded, and all that was left was silence, the kind that filled his chest no matter how many zeros sat in his bank account. Then something outside caught his attention. At a lonely bus stop under a flickering streetlight, a small figure sat curled up on the bench. A little girl, no umbrella, no adult nearby, her thin jacket soaked through. Her backpack was her pillow. Her shoes had holes. Ethan frowned, leaning forward. "Stop the car." His driver hesitated. "Sir, we're in a rough part of town." I said stop. The car eased to the curb. Ethan stepped out, the cold rain instantly soaking his expensive suit. He approached slowly, not wanting to frighten her. "Hey," he said softly. The girl flinched awake, clutching her backpack. Her big brown eyes were wide, frightened but defiant. "It's okay," Ethan said gently. "I'm not going to hurt you. Are you waiting for someone?" "My mom," she whispered. "She works late. She said to wait here because she'd come after her shift." Ethan glanced at the dark street around them. No movement, no lights from nearby shops. Just emptiness and rain. "How long have you been waiting?" She shrugged. Since it was light out. His heart tightened. He could see she was shivering, her lips slightly blue. Without thinking, he slipped off his black cashmere coat and draped it over her shoulders. "It's warm," he said quietly. "You need it more than I do." She looked up at him, confused. "Why are you helping me? You don't even know me." Ethan smiled faintly, his voice almost a whisper. "Because nobody helped me once, and I remember how that felt." A silence fell between them, heavy with rain and unspoken stories. Then when another cold gust swept past, Ethan crouched to her level. "You shouldn't be out here alone, sweetheart. Come with me. I'll take you somewhere safe." The girl hesitated, biting her lip. "Mom said not to go with strangers." He nodded slowly. "She's right. But here's my card," he said, pulling one from his wallet and showing her his name. "Ethan Grant, CEO, Grant Technologies. You can call my office in the morning if you want to check. For now, let's get you warm." She looked at the card, then back at him. Something in his eyes, kindness, maybe sadness, and made her nod. "Okay." He opened the limo door and she climbed in, clutching the coat around her. As they drove off, Ethan looked out the window once more at the lonely bus stop fading behind them, unaware that a single act of compassion had just rewritten his story. Sunlight poured into the penthouse, painting golden streaks across the marble floors. The smell of pancakes drifted through the air, warm, sweet, homey. Ethan stood by the kitchen counter, still in disbelief. The little girl, Lily as she'd shyly told him her name that morning, sat on one of the tall stools, tiny hands wrapped around a mug of hot chocolate, eyes wide at the towering cityscape beyond the glass walls. "Is this your house?" she asked in awe. He smiled. "Sort of, but it's very quiet without anyone else in it." She giggled softly. "It's too big. My whole house could fit in your kitchen." Ethan chuckled, surprised by how easily she'd made him smile. "Then maybe I should make it smaller." Lily took a sip of her cocoa and asked, "Do you have a daughter?" He hesitated. "No, my wife and we never had children." His voice lowered. "She passed away a few years ago." Lily's expression softened. "My daddy left when I was a baby," she said quietly. "It's just me and Mommy. She works at the diner near the station. She's tired all the time." Ethan's chest tightened. He saw the faint circles under her young eyes, the resilience behind her words. She was a child who'd learned to be strong too soon. "Do you want me to take you to her?" he asked gently. "Yes, please." She must be so worried. A few hours later, Ethan's black limousine stopped outside a small corner diner. Inside, through the window, they saw a woman in a faded uniform, wiping tables with trembling hands. The moment she turned and saw Lily, the rag fell from her fingers. "Lily!" she cried. rushing out and scooping her daughter into her arms. "Oh my God. I was so scared." Ethan watched silently, his throat tight. The woman looked up at him then, confused, wary, until Lily smiled and said, "Mommy, this man found me last night. He gave me his coat and pancakes and he's really nice." Tears filled the mother's eyes. "Sir, thank you. I don't know what would have happened." Ethan shook his head gently. "You don't owe me thanks, just promise me you'll never let her wait alone again." She nodded quickly, still crying. Lily looked up at him once more, her small voice trembling. "Will I ever see you again?" Ethan smiled faintly and knelt down to her level. "I hope so, Lily. You reminded me of something important, that people still matter more than numbers." He stood, adjusting his suit. "Take care of each other." As he turned to leave, Lily ran up and pressed something into his hand. A small paper heart, folded clumsily but with care. "For when you feel lonely," she said. That night, Ethan placed the paper heart on his desk beside his awards and framed achievements. It looked small, almost insignificant, yet it was the only thing that made the office feel alive. The next day, he ordered his company to start a new foundation, the Lily Project, providing shelter and education for homeless children. And every time someone asked what inspired it, Ethan would only smile and say, "A little girl who reminded me what kindness looks like."